Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. Today we'll be playing some mono green while talking about the green cards from Core 21 that will be coming and what their basically usage will be basically in either mono green or other decks. Now, you might have seen the title was like Bant and Abzan and Sultai and Simic are gonna be OP again or something like that. That's gonna be the title. So let me go through and explain why I believe that. But first of all, let's get into the game. And while I get into the game, you guys make sure to like the video, subscribe for more content, because I really do appreciate all of your support. It's really awesome. It's been awesome, and we're gonna be getting into the set of Core 21. I'm gonna be making a lot of decks. I'm gonna be trying to go in for a lot of videos per week, so make sure you're ready for that. Anyways, let's get on with the card. I believe it's gonna be quote-unquote breaking the meta again, or kind of like making all the control decks that utilize green color broken, and that is heroic intervention. Now let me explain to you why this card is, in my opinion, a very badly designed card and shouldn't really be well printed like this. So this is an old card, I think either from I don't really remember, before colorless, Amonkhet, whatever, somewhere right there. It basically says, for 2 mana on instant speed, permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until the end of the turn. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's not too bad. I don't understand why he's being so melodramatic about it, so dramatic about stuff like that. Well, this card, I already have seen it breaking the meta because it was so prevalent on each and every control deck. It basically kind of made it impossible to play versus those decks, because they could always leave up like 2 mana open and just have an instant like stop to your cards. Like, remember Summer of Veil from just a little while ago from Core 20 or 19, I don't remember. It just broke the meta on Sultai, on all of that stuff. Well, yeah, I basically kind of predict the same shit, because that's just how it works. I'm sorry. Oh man, we're doing nicely today. Very nice. We're gonna give this a little bit of haste, and we're gonna give it a little bit of trample, and we're gonna be attacking with all of our creatures. Now, if they want to let through this much damage, well, fine. Alright then. Ooh, we're playing versus a 5-color deck or something. I don't know what we're up against. I think that is probably Nif Mizzet. Anywho, so this card, in my opinion, should have been printed as such. All green permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until the end of the turn. Now, does that weaken the card severely? Yeah, it does weaken it, but not into a bad extent, in my opinion. It does weaken it, but it makes it not viable, balanced enough for everybody to play, and control decks not to fully abuse it without even having to use any brain cells, in all honesty. So in my opinion, it is badly printed, and in comparison to the next card, which is called Ranger's Guile, it is the opposite. It is perfectly balanced in my eyes. It's a card that existed in a very old format. Like, I think it's around some core around, like, I don't know, 2000 or something. I don't remember when it first popped up. I remember it from like 14 or 12 or somewhere there, I don't remember. But this card is for 1 mana on instant speed. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until the end of the turn. Basically, it's a 1 mana instant speed that focuses on creature protection and is the perfect card in green that helps you kind of stop removal from control decks. Now, if heroic intervention was focused on green creatures, it would have been great. Green permanents would have been great, because it would give mono green and green decks in general a very nice way to fight off control players without the need of going into control themselves, so to speak. But that is it for me. I think these cards are very, very nice, very cool. By the way, this video will be a little bit shorter, as I just don't have too many things I want to talk about. I don't know, I just feel like talking about some very specific things in green, because green is my color and I really want to talk about very specific things. But we're gonna finally go to the green planeswalker. Everybody knows him. I love him to death. He is my boy, our savior, Garruk Unleashed. This man, this behemoth, this beast, this thing that you cannot even put into words is in my heart, my soul. I love Garruk. I love Garruk. He's literally one of my top favorite like flavor planeswalkers. I just really love him so much. I don't know what to say. I just really think he's an amazing planeswalker that has a generally good meta value. Like especially how we saw in Abzan Wolves, how cool he was. So he's a 4 mana, 2 green, 2 whatever, with starts with at loyalty 4 and has a +1 up to 1 target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until the end of the turn. Very nice little start to this card, which buffs up a creature, gives it trample, and just basically you plop it, you have a creature, boom. Very nice and spicy. Alright. We're getting booped this game, but that is absolutely fine. Alright. There we go. So, his -2 now is a very interesting -2 I haven't seen in a while. So, created 3/3 green beast creature token. Then, if an opponent has more creatures than you, put a loyalty counter or Garruk Unleashed. So, basically, it's a -2 that if you're on a losing board state or preparing for a swing, you goes to a -1, so you can preserve him on a higher life loyalty total, not life total, I'm sorry. So yeah, I really like him on that. And -7, you get an emblem with it. At the beginning of your end step, you may search your library for a creature card, put it into the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. So this is the great, best planeswalker I have seen in a while for green, as I really love all his flavor and everything he presents and has fun with. And yeah, I just really like him. He has a buff, he has a creature generation, he has getting things out of your library to the battlefield as creatures. I think he's one of the best balanced and most cool planeswalkers, especially for green, and I can't wait to play with him. Oh, he's so good. Mwah. Now, talking about Garruk, Garruk's Uprising. Now, although when we talk about Sabek, or I don't really remember his name, the white planeswalker, anywho, he had a lot of like names, a lot of cards with his name on their title, and they were very good. Now, Garruk, on the other hand, unfortunately only has one card with his name apart from the planeswalker. That is Garruk Uprising, which is an enchantment, and it's an uncommon for 3 mana. And the great thing about it is that when Garruk Uprising enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. So basically, it's an initial card draw into a trample, giving all your creatures, which is amazing, and then even more card draw. So all in all, no joke, he's a very awesome boy. I like him a lot. He's really cool. And yeah, it's a really good card. Enchantment really helps you overall in the game. Now we're gonna be going to another little example of like a okay design with mediocre design. So like Primal Might, it's an X whatever mana and 1 green mana. So basically, target creature you control gets +X/+X until the end of the turn, and it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Now, this card is meh. I think late game it could provide some value, but it doesn't give trample, it doesn't really do much. And in all honesty, to be relevant, you don't really, like, you can't, you know, not have a big amount of we're gonna pay 1 mana, 1 green mana, there we go, sorry. Yeah, you can't really not use like 4, you can't use like 4 or 5, like you need 6 or 7 mana to use it efficiently, and I really think it's a mediocre at best. While Titanic Growth is coming back into standard, which I love this card. Again, very old card, such as Ranger's Guile. But basically, the amazing thing about Titanic Growth, it's a 2 mana instant speed card that gives +4/+4 until the end of the turn. So, where Primal Might gives +X/+X, it's not really relevant if you're not playing a full-on, ramp deck. And for me, I've grown bored of ramp decks. I want to go back to the good old days where green used to be all about the creatures, the power levels, the combos, the fighting, stuff like that. Not like this, oversaturated ramp and ramp and ramp and ramp. It's just it's so boring, dude. I don't want to just play to ramp. I like that there is ramp in green. I think green should have ramp because it's the only color that represents that archetype, but I don't think it should be overprinted, and I don't think it should be overpowered. Anywho, that's a little bit of a ramp for ramp. Hey, and the last card I'm gonna be going over is, well, we have to have a Hydra on every set. Hydras, you know my channel, I love Hydras. Hydras are my favorite creature archetype. I think they are supremely cool, amazing art styles, amazing amount of Hydras with different water Hydras or anything like that. Polocranius is like a god Hydra thing, mythic monster, 1,000 things like that. I just really love Hydras. And this one is a little bit of a wonky one, but I like it. It's an X mana cost with 1 green, which is pretty good for a Hydra. I think it's pretty good. We're gonna be going questing beast here. Go! Yeah. So I think it's a pretty good mana cost, and when it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, so basically you pay 2 and 1 green, it goes 2/2 on the battlefield. But whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put to another non-Hydra creature you control, put a +1/+1 counter on Wildwood's cards, which is the Hydra on it. So basically, you can have so this is an uncommon, so it's not gonna be the best Hydra ever. Of course, that's how it works. Basically, it's not. It's neither a secret nor anything else like that. There we go. It's neither a secret or anything like that. It's just how that cards that are non-rare and mythic rare are just way stronger. But still, I think this is a really cool card that you can combo up on artisan decks, and you know how much I love 0 rare decks and artisan decks overall, and I think we could have some very, very fun decks build around Wildwood's cards. So those were my picks for mono green. Now, if you of course have cards you believe I should have talked about, or you want to talk about in the comments of on this video about mono green, do tell me. I mean, there are a few random cards I could talk about. I'm not gonna be talking about cats and dogs, as I'm gonna be having a whole different different video for those guys and girls. But yeah, there are some cool cards that I did talk about for sure that could have went over. For example, Colossal Dreadmaw, 6 mana, 6/6. Oh my god, and trample, too OP. Too OP. If anybody gets the jokes, he's gonna get pinned. If anybody gets this joke about the Colossal Dreadmaw, they're gonna get pinned on this video for sure. Whenever you cast a spell that's white blue. Quarian Dryad is a card I just didn't really see, but doesn't really matter anyways. So those were basically my picks for mono green. A little bit of a shorter video. Hopefully you still enjoyed it. If you have anything to say, make sure to drop it down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content. Come over to twitch.tv/SentiensLair, leave a follow there. Come over to my Twitter, leave a follow. You can see what I think about stuff and there. We also have a Discord server, link in the description. I'll see you all on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.